Hello, I am Anshul and in this video we'll be talking about some spatial points in a triangle. First things first, the nomenclature. Medians are lines joining midpoints of sides to the opposite vertices. Now this point of intersection of medians, generally denoted by letter G, is called as centroid. Next we have angle bisectors. Well, I need not explain that. Lines bisecting angles of a triangle ABC are called its angle bisectors. And point of intersection of these lines, these angle bisectors, is denoted by letter I. And it is called as incenter of triangle ABC. Why is it called as incenter? Because using this incenter and dropping a perpendicular to any of these sides, and taking that distance, that perpendicular line segment as radius, we can draw an incircle which touches all three sides of triangle ABC. Next is perpendicular bisectors. Again, the name says it all. From the midpoint of a side, draw a line perpendicular to the side itself. And O, the point of intersection of these perpendicular bisectors, is called circumcenter. So take OA or OB or OC as radius. These all are of equal length. So take OA as radius and we can draw a circumcircle of triangle ABC. Next is altitude. Altitudes are perpendiculars dropped from a vertex to its opposite side. H, the point of intersection of altitudes, is called as orthocenter. Now let's discuss these spatial points one by one. Centroid, the point of intersection of medians. And I have drawn all three medians. As you can see, triangle ABC is divided into 6 triangles. Now very first property is that these 6 triangles will have equal area. Why? Yes, why? There is no fun in geometry unless you ask the question why. Now let's see. These 2 triangles will have equal area because BD is equal to DC. So base is same and their height is also same as they have the other vertex common. Now let's say this equal area is X. Now similarly, these 2 triangles will also have equal area, right? Equal bases, equal heights, so equal area. And the area is Y. And in the remaining 2 triangles of equal area, the area is Z. Now take these 2 bigger triangles, triangle BAD and triangle CAD. Again, their area will be equal, as base BD is equal to the other base DC and even the height is same as the vertex is same. So area of triangle BAD, we can write it as X plus Z, which will be equal to area of triangle CAD, which could be written as X plus Y. So this simply gives us Z is equal to X. Now take these 2 triangles, triangle ACF and triangle BCF. Again the areas are equal. So we can write Y plus Z is equal to X plus Z. So we can say Y is equal to X from here. Now these 2 results combined simply prove that all these triangles have equal area. Next property of centroid. It divides a median in the ratio 2:1. Now this one is very easy. Take this part, that is triangle BAE, separately. Now these 3 triangles are equal in area. This we have proved 2 minutes back, right? All the triangles were of equal area. So area of triangle BAG will be twice of area of triangle GAE. Area of triangle BAG is 2 times the area of triangle GAE. But height of both of these triangles is same only. if we write areas in terms of base and height, we will get base BG is twice of base GE. The area of one is twice the area of another. Heights are same. So definitely the base of one is going to be twice of base of another. And ratio of BG is to GE is 2:1. Now there is one direct question which can be framed by giving length of all three medians and asking the area of triangle. This again is an interesting derivation. Lengths of medians is given, and using the ratio 2:1, we can write BG as 2/3 of MB and GD as 1/3 of MA and GC as 2/3 of MC. So area of triangle ABC is 3 times area of triangle BGC, right? This we know. All 6 triangles have equal area. So ABC is thrice of BGC. Now extend GD to H such that DH is equal to GD. Now this figure is a parallelogram because the diagonals are getting bisected. So length BH will be equal to the opposite side as it's a parallelogram, and opposite side is 2/3 of MC. Now these two triangles have equal area. Even this third triangle BDH will also have the same area, right? Because HD and DG are equal. So instead of writing the area of triangle ABC as thrice of triangle BGC, we can write it as thrice of area of triangle BGH. And for triangle BGH, we know all three sides as 2/3 of MA, 2/3 of MB and 2/3 of MC. So we can simply use Heron's formula. We know all three sides of a triangle, we can use Heron's formula. This one. Area of triangle ABC will be 3 times area of triangle BGH, and for area of triangle BGH, in place of A, B and C, we have to put 2/3 MA, 2/3 MB and 2/3 MC, right? Now we have 4 brackets S, S minus A, S minus B and S minus C. In semi-perimeter S, 2/3 could be taken out common. In A, B and C, everywhere 2/3 is going to come, 2/3 is going to come. Basically, in each bracket, 2/3 could be taken out common, and we will have 2/3 multiplied 4 times. 2/3 raised to 4, and we have a root sign above. So only 2/3 square will come out common. Okay, 2/3 square will come outside the root sign. And this will be our final answer. A format much easier to remember. Okay, these are all the medians related properties. Third one is Apollonius theorem, which we have proved already. Next, we have angle bisector related properties. All these same colored angles are equal, right? As the lines are angle bisectors. Look at this angle BIC. It is sum of angle BID plus angle CID. Now we'll take BID and CID one by one. First, let's take angle BID, which is exterior angle for this triangle BIA. Now this exterior angle will be equal to sum of interior opposite angles A by 2 and B by 2, right? Angle BID is equal to A by 2 plus B by 2. Similarly, in this triangle CIA, this exterior angle CID will be equal to A by 2 plus C by 2. So this is what we are getting angle BIC as. Take A by 2, B by 2 and C by 2 inside one bracket, and one A by 2 will be left over. So this A plus B plus C is 180 degrees upon 2 is 90 degrees plus the leftover angle A by 2. So this is 90 plus angle A by 2. Now I don't want you to remember this result, because it hardly takes 10 seconds to derive it the second time. Now we have already done this once now, so next time it will be a matter of couple of seconds. Now of course remembering it will save you 10 seconds in exam, and that is there. Totally your call. I personally tend to forget, so I derive. Next property, in radius R is equal to area of triangle ABC upon semi-perimeter, upon its semi-perimeter. Now, area of triangle ABC is sum of areas of these three triangles. Area of red triangle is half into base A into radius R. Radius itself is the height. This we will see in tangents, how tangent is perpendicular to the radius. So here, radius is the height. So area of triangle ABC is sum of areas of these three triangles. Area of red triangle is half base A into radius R, plus this green one is half base B into radius R again, plus this last blue one is half base C into radius R. The height is R for all three triangles. Now add them up and take R common outside the bracket, and what remains is semi-perimeter, A plus B plus C by 2. Next property is that incenter divides the angle bisector in ratio B plus C is to A. Incenter divides the angle bisector in ratio B plus C is to A, and so on. That means in this triangle, AI upon ID is equal to B plus C upon A. In this blue triangle, these two angles marked in red are equal. So as BI is an angle bisector, by angle bisector theorem, we can write C upon BD is equal to AI upon ID. Similarly, in this red triangle, CI is an angle bisector. So you can write B upon CD is equal to AI upon ID. Now club these two as their right hand side are same. So you can club these two, right? C upon BD is equal to B upon CD. Transpose. Now add 1 both the sides. In left hand side we get CD plus BD, that is A upon BD, which is equal to B plus C upon C. Again transpose, cross multiply. This C upon BD is nothing but AI upon ID. Replace it and get the final result. Too many steps are involved. This is the flow. Now there is an interesting thing about 3, 4, 5 right triangle, and it's in radius. If sides are 3, 4, 5, the in radius comes out to be 1. You can calculate this using the formula in radius is equal to area upon semi-perimeter. And for sides 6, 8, 10, the second multiple of 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, when the sides are 6, 8, 10, in radius will be 2. For third multiple of 3, 4, 5, that is 9, 12 and 15, in radius will be 3, and so on. Interesting thing to keep in mind. Here you go, a summary of all the angle bisector and incenter related properties. This first one is angle bisector theorem, which we have seen in previous video. Next, we have properties related to perpendicular bisector and circumcenter. Circumradius is equal to ABC upon 4 delta, where delta is area of triangle. Now for this triangle ABC, we have altitude BD and a circumcircle, and for this circumcircle we have a diameter BE. Now join AE. Now look at these two triangles. Angle BAE is 90 degree. This we will see in circles video, that angle in a semicircle is right angle. So these angles marked in red are equal, both are 90 degrees. and these angles marked in green are also equal, as angles in same segment are equal. Again, we will see this in circles video, that angles in a same segment are equal. Angles subtended by a chord in same segment are equal. So these green colored angles are also equal. Basically, when two angles are equal, we can say triangle ABE is similar to triangle DBC. And we can write AB upon DB is equal to BE upon BC. Now, once you have written the similarity, you don't need to look into the figure to write the ratio of sides, right? Now, AB is of length C, BC is A, and BE is diameter, so twice of circumradius. BC is 2 times R. So, from here, R comes out to be AC upon twice of DB. Also, there is one more thing. Area of triangle ABC is half base B into height DB. So from here, we can replace DB and we can get the final result as R, the circumradius, is equal to ABC upon 4 delta, where delta is area of triangle ABC. Now this is a summary of all the circumcenter related properties. First one we will see in circles, that angle in center is twice the angle at circumference. Second one we have just derived. This next one is extended sine rule. You know the sine rule? This one is simple. Do it yourself. You know the sine rule? A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine A, sine C. And you know that delta is equal to half BC sine A. And R, the circumradius, is equal to ABC upon 4 delta. Now use these three to get this extended sine rule. Next property is circumcenter of a right triangle always lies on the midpoint of hypotenuse. This again we will see in circles. This is called Thales theorem. So in total we have seen 2 Thales theorem. This one and basic proportionality theorem is also Thales theorem. And last one, circumradius is always greater than or equal to twice of in radius. And equality holds in case of equilateral triangle. Moving on to the last part of this video, altitudes and orthocenter. In triangle ABC, altitudes are dropped at 90-degree angle. Now first point says angle BHC plus angle A is 180 degrees. Take vertically opposite angle of BHC and you will see in quadrilateral ADHF, sum of all the angles should be 360 degrees, right? Because it's a quadrilateral, sum of all the interior angles is 360 degrees. 2 of these angles are 90 degrees. So rest 2 should sum up to be 180 degrees, right? So angle A plus this angle marked in green is 180 degrees. Hence prove. Earlier we saw how to find area of triangle when length of medians are given. Now what if length of altitudes are given as HA, HB and HC? What if length of these altitudes are given? Now in that case, we will find area of triangle in 3 different ways, taking each side as base 1 by 1. Okay, this one is simple. And from here, we can find length of each sides in terms of area of triangle and altitude. Next, we can simply put these sides in Heron's formula and get an equation totally consisting of area and the 3 altitudes. Now, this is a little calculation intensive. And CAT will never ask such a question, never ask such a thing. Even the logic is way above CAT level. Now we together started this process of improving the imagination and thereby improving in geometry. So this is just a mental exercise for that. Once you have calculated this area, doing this, you can put it back and get individual sides as well, right? So you can get the altitudes when the sides are given, and you can get the sides when the altitudes are given. Both are possible. Moving on to the last part of this video. In any triangle, orthocenter, centroid and circumcenter lie on a straight line called Euler's line. You can call it Euler's line, doesn't matter. They all lie on a straight line, and centroid divides orthocenter and circumcenter in the ratio of 2:1. HGO. These letters are little confusing, but this is standard notation. To remember who divides whom in 2:1 ratio, you can simply remember the word ors and c. Orthocenter, centroid, circumcenter, ors and c. Now in a right triangle, this Euler's line is same as the median on hypotenuse. In an isosceles triangle, even the incenter lies on the same line, and the line is same as the axis of symmetry of isosceles triangle. In an equilateral triangle, all the lines, angle bisector, median, perpendicular bisector, altitude, all the lines are one and the same, and all the points coincide. That's one important thing about equilateral triangle. With this, we'll wrap up this session. I hope you are clear with different spatial points and their properties. Thank you.